just kind of at a loss for words in a lot of respects for what we just saw. Um, but man, it was a refreshing. Just a lot of what we saw was something we have not seen this team do to anybody, whether it be FCS, Group of Five, or Power Five, anything in between. We have not seen them do like play this complete of a game offensively, and since Trevor Lawrence was the quarterback. So I mean, what can I say, man? You literally a record-setting performance. So I'll take it. And our prediction, like this is the second week in a row that you and I, both of our predictions were way off.
Completely wrong.
But we're much happier to be way off on this one than we were last week. So, hey, man, a lot to talk about, a lot of positives. Wasn't a perfect game by any means, but really everything you wanted to see and more coming into this game to feel, good about the season moving forward. So, can't wait to get into it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Look, we recognize that this is App State. Okay, this is a Group of Five team. Clemson went in there and did exactly what you should do to a Group of Five team if you are a legitimate, I guess, Power Four team now, right? But at the end of the day, like you said, Jordan, we have not seen an offensive explosion from this Clemson Tiger team that even remotely looked anything close to what we saw today in 3+ seasons. So it's been a long time. And it was really nice to see Clemson go out there and just execute. And it looked easy. It looked natural. It looked effortless for majority of the time that the first team offense was out there. Every time we touched the ball in the first half, we scored a touchdown. And I don't care who you're playing, that's pretty special. Especially for this offense. If you've watched Clemson's offense over the past 3 seasons, you would have never thought against any opponent that they could go out there and score on every single offensive possession in the first half. I would have told you were crazy. But we saw it tonight, and it was really good to see, and we'll definitely dive deep into it and get our thoughts out there and our instant reactions. But before we do that, Jordan, let's go ahead and hit the comment section up real quick. Shout out to the comment section. We got 83 people in here. I cannot list off all the names. I'm not even going to try tonight. It's going on 12 o'clock. I've been up since 4:30 this morning. Had a softball tournament with my daughter. So I've been grinding away since 4:30 this morning. So I am tired. So forgive me, guys. Appreciate the comment section. You guys are amazing. You guys always drive.
We already got 2 super chats in too. So that's.
Oh, wow. All right. You are what makes you so great. Jordan, let's go ahead and hit those super chats, and then we'll dive into our breakdown and our initial thoughts of the game that we just watched.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting with Tricksters with the $2. Thank you so much for contributing to the show. He says this was a 2018 Clemson game. Also, Cade is number 1. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is reminiscent of some of the past playoff caliber versions of Clemson. This is what they would do to the teams that were Group of Five or FCS. And honestly, there's a wide gap. And I do want to say this first and foremost, because we did talk about App State and how talented they are, and I don't feel any differently about that. I think you saw them, especially when they settled in. You saw them make some plays, especially in that second half. Joey Aguilar is a talented football player. They have some really good skill position players. So I don't, and App State was one of the favorites for a lot of people to potentially, get that Group of Five playoff spot. And they were the preseason pick to win the Sun Belt. So, I mean, this is not this was not scrubs you were playing by any means. And to do that the way you did, and you scored touchdowns on every single drive in the first half, it was 42-0 before they even crossed your 50.
Yeah,
that is Clemson football that we had grown accustomed to. during the playoff years. So really good to see. And but yeah, and Cade is number one. Yeah, we're going to talk about Cade Klubnik. Best game of his career by far. Like just about as perfect of a game as you could ask of any quarterback, especially when you consider the statistical records he just set in one half of football. It's pretty incredible. Steel Gamble, thank you for the $5. He says a lot of people picking App State looks silly tonight. Death Valley ain't nothing sweet, unlike College Station. Woo-hoo. Yeah, I mean you're right. You know, App State it was a common upset pick. A lot of people picked App State against the spread. Even me and TPC did. But you know, like we kind of felt like, okay, we didn't expect this kind of explosion. You know, from a 1 week change, and you know that just it's very, very encouraging. And obviously, I think App State is a well coached and really prideful program. So to come in and just kind of put them out of it before they could even blink that's what good teams do. That's what great teams do. Not ready to conclude, and you know, make any too many overarching sort of conclusions about this team because again, you know, each week is a different week, but this is what you wanted to see and then some. I could not have dreamed this up. if you had told me what this was going to look like, I would have said, you know, where are you getting your shrooms? And you know, hook me up because I'd like to live in that fantasy land. But no, that's reality. So that was really cool. And Clemson football kickoff. He says thank you for the $5 as well. He says Jay Haynes RB2. Yeah, Jay Haynes looked really impressive. He had some really impressive runs tonight. He shows that burst and acceleration and then that juice that like we both had been talking about throughout the offseason that we just never really got to see much of last year because of injuries. Yeah, he's good. And he was kind of a relative unknown late take in his recruiting class, but he's a talented football player. He just played in a really small league in Alabama. Wasn't really recruited heavily, but that's what Clemson has made their money on, and that's what Dabo has been great at over the years is just finding guys, finding those gems that you know weren't highly recruited guys. So yeah, Jay Haynes looked really, really good tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he definitely kind of solidified that RB2 role for himself. Just being that change of pace guy that you need in this offense with a guy like Phil Maffa. And he really showed what he could do on the field tonight. So shout out Jay Haynes. Thank you, Clemson Football Kickoff, for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate that.